Invisibility shield deactivated.
Excellent job, superheroes. Based upon what you heard from Dr. D and Poof, I need your help deciding which superhero to send out to fight their villainy. I'm going to ask you some questions, and then I will use your answer to choose a superhero. Now, do Dr. D and Poof have a new invention? Are they going to try to do something to Hero Headquarters? Are they planning to use their underground power generator? I know. Is Dr. D planning to use the water control-o-matic again? I know exactly which superhero to send. This sounds like a job for Cloudman. God's power in Cloudman allows him to absorb any amount of water and then create rain using the water. He should be able to catch all the water from the water control-o-matic and return it to its rightful place. I'll send him now.
Cloudman has been deployed.
All right. In the meantime, let's take a look at Cloudman's file and find out more about him. Iris, pull up the file.
There are several things listed that make Cloudman the right hero for the job. The most referenced part of the file is Cloudman's collection of Bible hero comic books, specifically the comic featuring Elijah.
Elijah was a man who got his power from God. Iris, let's take a closer look at that file.
Retrieving file.
In the Old Testament book of 1 Kings, there's an amazing Bible hero named Elijah. Elijah was a prophet, a man who delivered messages from God to the people. God has given me a message for you. Worship Him only. Elijah lived in Samaria where there had not been any rain for 3 years. 3 years without rain meant that there was very little water or food for the people to eat and drink. We need water. When will it rain? King Ahab was a wicked king who had led the people far away from God. They began to worship a false god named Baal. The time had come for God to use His power through Elijah to prove to the people that He was the one true God, the only one who makes rain fall from the sky. Elijah challenged King Ahab and the priest of Baal to build an altar and get a bull to lie on the wood. I will build an altar too and place a bull on the wood. They were each going to pray to the God they worshipped. Whichever God answered by starting a fire on the altar would be the one true God. The Baal worshippers began shouting, praying, and dancing around their altar. "Oh, Baal, light the fire!" But no fire was lit. Elijah began teasing the Baal worshippers, saying, "Maybe your God is asleep, or he's gone on a trip." No matter how loudly the Baal worshippers shouted, Baal did not send fire. Elijah wanted to show the people how powerful God is, so he said, "Bring buckets of water to pour on the altar." Elijah knew that God could light the altar on fire even when it was covered in water. Elijah prayed, "O Lord, show these people that you are the one true God. Please answer now with your fire." Elijah prayed this prayer so the people would know his God was the one true God. Right then, Elijah's altar burst into flames. The fire burned even though the wood and stones were soaking wet. All the people who saw this bowed down and cried, "The Lord, He is the one true God." All the people saw God's power and knew that He was the one true God. A few minutes later, the sky filled with clouds, and God sent rain to Samaria.
Thank you, Iris. You see, Cloudman was the right hero to send out to stop Dr. D and Poof today, because he learned long ago that all power comes from God. The story of Elijah helped Cloudman see that we are all heroes when we rely on God's power to work through us.
Director, we are receiving word from Cloudman that he has completed his mission.
Excellent. God's power through Cloud-Man helped him soak up the water that was taken and make it rain again. Great work, team. Until your next mission, remember, God's Spirit is in you and is more powerful than the one that is in the world. Now go and be victorious.